Good evening, members of Troy, Philippines. For those of you who don't know who we are, my name is Hallie
And I'm Daag.
and we are running as co-external vice presidents for the 2016 to 2017 school year. Although running as co-EVPs changes the tradition of Troy Phi's executive board, we believe that two is better than one. Having two external vice presidents entails a greater level of expansion, recruitment, and efficiency. We have a vision not only to expand Troy Phi's members, but to make a bigger impact on the USC community, culturally and socially. Troy Phi has established itself on the campus, but we want to integrate it more into the community at large. Both Neil and I will utilize our connections with other organizations on campus, such as USG and SC PASA, and collaborate with such organizations in the planning of a large cultural event on campus. This event would represent PACN, but on a larger scale, specifically targeting the Asian organizations at USC to plan joint cultural events. Secondly, as co-EVPs, we can utilize our established connections with Filipino organizations outside of USC. Previous executive board members have strengthened the ties we have with Mount St. Mary's, Loyola Marymount, and Cal Poly Pomona, and UCR, just to name a few. We see ourselves working with their external vice presidents not only to plan social events, but events that emphasize our Filipino heritage and giving back to the Philippines. By emphasizing our culture and philanthropy, we can make a larger impact within USC and the community at large.
So for us, our main emphasis for the next school year would be to get Troy Phi more involved with the local community around us. Instead of being more heavily geared towards being a social club or being seen as the Filipino frat, we would want to create a plan for more philanthropic activities that can help give back to not only those in the Philippines, but also to our local LA community. We want to do so by first having more fundraisers, such as selling food on Truesdale, in order to fund for supplies that can be used to make sandwiches or whatnot, or future events. Secondly, we could work on Skid Row. For me, Skid Row to create awareness of the homelessness in LA. Personally, for me, I volunteered with this program called Midnight Mission. We were able to go out, make some sandwiches, and then actually go to Skid Row and pass them out to homeless people. And you kind of see these are people that live on the streets every day, and it's kind of an eye-opening experience. And I feel like Troy Phi and us and other members could get more involved just to see that and do something different and be impactful in the community. And lastly, we can organize food, clothes drives that we could give back to poor communities, again in the Philippines or LA. As a result of such charitable work, we would brand Troy Phi as an impactful cultural organization. In addition, a great externalizing point for this would be to work in conjunction with SC PASA and our sister schools such as MSMU, LMU, UCLA to achieve these goals on a larger scale. A specific event we want to host would include a speaker of Filipino culture to talk about our heritage and ways our schools can give back to the Philippines. This event would ideally be at the heart of historic Filipino town at Tribal Cafe. Such an event would spark interest among the members of Troy Phi and many Filipino orgs we collaborate with. We hopefully want to change Troy Phi's image and being the club to go to the party into a club that can be recognized for the works it can do for the Filipino and LA community.
Now that we have established a good foundation for TP, we are trying to expand our club for the purposes of sustainability, charitability, and ultimately making a bigger impact on campus. So in conclusion, our vision is to make TP connected and well-known within the USC community, plan more collaborative events, not only with other Filipino orgs, but cultural orgs in general. We're working closely with USG and SC PASA, especially working closely with the internal vice president to plan large-scale events on campus. Our external events wouldn't solely focus on the social aspect of our club, but the philanthropic and cultural aspects, so giving back to the Filipino community. Because we are already connected with people from other schools, we can focus on the cultural stuff.
And then, again, we want to utilize all our connections on campus, specifically USG and other cultural organizations to plan collaborative events, focusing on culture at USC, working closely with people from our sister schools at other Filipino orgs to plan more events, and again, planning that big speaker panel by getting Filipino speakers to talk about the importance of culture and how we can give back to those in the Philippines. So a vote for us is a vote towards making TP great again. Thank you.
since you're running as a team, why do you think you complement each other, and like, why is that a benefit for us?
So I'll talk about some background. Me and Haley both came in as spring admits to USC, so Troy 5 was kind of our first club that we came out to. It was funny, orientation in December, Haley and I were at the same table, but we didn't really know each other, but I just remembered her. And kind of like going through, and then we met through intramural basketball, and that was like the first thing we did, and kind of through like the past year, we kind of grew to be like best friends. She's like one of the closest people here that I have in Troy Phi, and then I don't know, I thought it was a great opportunity for us to be able to hang out and work together.
But aside from like the friendship that we developed, so professionally, I believe because I have a car, like I can drive out to like these events, you know what I mean? But since Neil doesn't have a car, he can come along with me. But, yeah, but logistically, I believe that Neil can do more work within the USC community, working with the IVP. So implementing these like little clothes drives around like Skid Row or like the fundraisers, and then with me and like us together, we can just drive out together. But I feel like because of these the connections that we've established, especially going, none of you have seen us really this much this semester because we've been trying to like branch ourselves out there and like utilize our leadership skills that we gained throughout the semester to definitely like bring that to Troy Phi. And so I believe that we can be like super collaborative and efficient since there's two of us.
Joseph, I was gonna ask if you had another car, but you're
Yeah.
answered that. But would you be willing to drive like, so it's cool how there's two of you, but would you like split for events, like let's say the PACN season, like would you like, maybe not PACNs, but like if there are multiple events in the weekend, would you drop them off like there and then would you go to another one, or would you go to like everything
I feel
together?
like if we're running together, it'd be better to go together just to show that we have two EVPs and like we're like the face, I guess, of externalizing. So if we show up as a pair, I think it's more better than showing up just separately, because then if one of us splits off, maybe we might one of us might be closer to one school and the other might be closer to the other school. It's like
True.
kind of not fair.
Hi.
What's one external event that either that Troy Phi has either run or has gone to that you would like to imitate and improve on, or rather improve upon?
And then I feel like we've only gone to like PCNs, SC Plus events.
Yeah.
It's kind of historic Filipino towns.
We don't necessarily have an external event, like a huge one that we like actually like really know about. So that's what we want to implement together. But definitely we have PACNs, which is more of an internal thing. And then like the events that we've gone to are like SC Pasta and like collabs with like Mount St. Mary's and other stuff like that. But definitely we're going to strengthen like our ties with them so that we can definitely have like more collaborative events.
Rachel.
You guys described how you've branched out this semester and that's why you guys haven't been around. What do you guys feel like you have to bring to the table in terms of leaders, or like leadership, and like what previous leadership roles have you guys held?
By the way, this will be the last question.
So previous leadership skills, just because I haven't been as involved this semester, I wanted to reiterate that leadership is something that develops over time, and I've definitely grown so much professionally as a leader throughout the semester. So I've pledged for DOZ, which is the leadership fraternity on campus, and I've recently got an internship with LA Daughters Foundation. So because of like my work and like collaboration with other people and like definitely like working well with like different types of people especially, and it's hard to like do that with like someone who's like super extroverted and someone super introverted. And so I believe that my leadership dynamic, gaining others to trust me, just building relationships with others is definitely something that I can bring to the table, as well as like just like my charisma as a person. I feel like I'm like super extroverted kind of, but yeah, I feel like I could like bring that happy face and like be one of the faces of Troy Phi, and just like utilizing that so I could bring in more people like who can actually enjoy like.
And then kind of going off that, to be honest, I didn't even expect being nominated, so I'm like kind of surprised. I was just like, oh, why not? Let me take the shot. Like going through the semester, I kind of learned how to branch out, get out of my comfort zone, do something new. And definitely joining Trojan Knights has definitely helped me develop as a person, develop as a leader, to try new things, to get out of my comfort zone, to be myself, and kind of to learn how to be a leader. And be like Haley said, like leadership is you like learn, and like it's kind of like a developing process. So this opportunity, I was just like, why not? Let me take the shot. Like, I mean, I've been involved in Troy Fight for a year. We've been involved in Troy Fight for a year. We were both interns. You were an intern last semester. I was an intern last year. So kind of overall, like, I just wanted to take this chance and like, you know, hopefully like develop myself, help me grow as a person and as a leader, and hopefully I can lead by example and like help people find themselves and develop as well.
Thanks, guys.